Hello and welcome. As you've all known by the news that has been trending, Meghan has reached out to her estranged father, Thomas Markle. So I'm glad you've tuned in. We have a lot to discuss here, so let's get into this story. And of course, sound off in the comments section below. And always, as always on this channel, we love to have our opinions and we always keep them respectful. So let's get into this. The Duchess of Sussex has attempted to contact her estranged father, Thomas Markle, who is reported to be seriously ill in hospital in the Philippines. A spokesman for Meghan said, quote, "I can confirm she has reached out to her father," end quote. Thomas Markle is reported to have had his leg amputated during surgery, and outlets are reporting that Meghan tried to contact him earlier, but it is not clear whether the attempt was successful. We all know about the relationship between Meghan and Thomas that broke down in the run-up to her wedding to Prince Harry in 2018. During the couple's engagement, the media interest in his family, Thomas that is, and the rest of them was very intense. It was also intense on Doria. I want to add that here. And Thomas was found to have colluded with photographers who paid him for pictures appearing to show him preparing for the wedding. The fallout saw him pull out of his daughter's wedding just days before the ceremony in Windsor, citing health problems. And King Charles was then Prince of Wales, walked Meghan down the aisle instead. So I also want to add in here, there was a lot of briefing at that time by Thomas Markle to TMZ. Remember, I think that's how Meghan and Harry ended up getting a lot of reports as to what was going on with him. And in the Harry and Meghan documentary, they did show clips of them trying to reach out to him. At that time, they were telling him to pick up the phone. Harry also told him talking to the press was not the way. So articles here are really, they're summarizing it really hard, but for those of us who know a lot more about what had happened, hearing Harry and Meghan retelling it in their own words, know that it was a complete mess. Not to mention, Meghan's step brother and sister who kept on writing in the press about her, telling Harry not to marry her, the antics of Samantha showing up at one of the palaces outside, creating a scene. All of that. And that's just to give more context. I'm not trying to put blame. I'm trying to put this whole breakdown of this relationship into context. And then, of course, Meghan did write him that letter, which somehow ended up in the press. And in the end, Meghan had to sue and she won. So people talk about, did Meghan ever resume any proper relationship with her father? She did try with that letter, of course. And it is believed that Thomas has not met Harry or Meghan's children, Archie and Lilibet. He was also very critical of Meghan and Harry in their decision to step back from public duty in the UK and criticizing the royal family, according to him. And he also said of them that, "I think they're both turning into lost souls at this point," adding, "I don't know what they're looking for," in quotes. That's not it. He's been in the press about Harry and Meghan time and time again. I think he also once, in an interview with Piers Morgan, agreed to her being a social climber. He sat there, listened to Piers saying that of Meghan, and he did not push back at all. So silence at that time was very strange. Anyway, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So as you know, Meghan, I think she is so forgiving. She has tried everything, even reaching out to him in that letter. And she knew it would probably end up in the press, but she tried anyway. So for her to have once again, in this moment where it's being reported that he is in the Philippines, he is ill, and the amputation that is being reported, and that now she has reached out to him, that's a personal family issue. So if we do end up hearing about what that conversation was about, whether it was a FaceTime call or, whatever it was, WhatsApp, if you hear anything like that in the press, more details that are not from Meghan herself, we will know that the leaking has started. And I think it's, of course, we do wish Thomas Markle, we wish him well. No one wishes him any harm. But I am giving this context to understand Meghan's perspective and perhaps wanting to keep that maybe on her side, keeping that, what's the word? She does not want to entangle perhaps her children in an atmosphere that might lead to them having details about them in the press. And we know how Harry and Meghan have protected their children's privacy. Their faces are never online. And on Thomas's side, it's just been him trying to do a lot of things to hurt his daughter through the press. And Meghan herself, she did say this in that documentary, being a mother, she could not ever fathom a world where she would intentionally harm or hurt Archie and Lilibet. So this is once again Meghan stepping up. You know, she has supported him financially. I think she has, you know, she's tried to give him advice even in the run up to the wedding, how to cope with the press interest, but it did not work on his end. It's very strange how people can just ignore all of that backstory with Thomas. But there is Doria, who has had the same intense press interest, but she has never gotten in the press to get paid, put Meghan's pictures out there to get paid. And who could know more about Meghan than her own mom, who's been by her side, right? So all in all, we do wish Thomas well. Even in the comments, let's keep it respectful. But we do know that Meghan has to, you know, safeguard her own protection, her peace, her children above all, and Harry has no time for tabloids and anyone who could be having an open line to them. So she also has to respect Harry's own background with tabloid culture and how much he does not like that with what happened to Diana, and still navigate Thomas Markle, who in the past has not had a great track record with the paparazzi, with, you know, the press, talking to people who do not like Meghan, basically putting her through quite a bit in the press. And now you can imagine this is a moment where even when everything is happening with As Ever, her brand, she is taking time to still reach out to Thomas, and as a daughter, just showing her love and kindness. And you know, it's let's see what happens. Let's pray for Meghan, her family, and of course, I want to know your thoughts about this news in the comments section below. Now we're going to talk about something that is a tremendous boost to the Duchess of Sussex, and there are in fact 2 stories to cover on this front. So let's start off with this fantastic news. Her new latest installment of her With Love holiday special is currently doing very well in the Netflix ratings, with it being ranked, listen to this, in the top 10 shows on the streaming service this very day. So let's crunch these numbers, let's make them fun. So this is something that I think her and the team are going to be very happy about. The holiday celebration was very well received, and you can see the graphics here on Flix Patrol. And it truly is beginning to look a lot more like Christmas. That show was so jolly. Look at the numbers across the globe. As of this recording on the 6th of December, Meghan's show is sitting pretty at number 8. It's not only doing well in the US, but it has massive global appeal, and we can see the numbers here. These numbers are coming in. Of course, we will have Holes look over it as the month goes by, especially as we get more and more closer to Christmas. I know a lot of you want to just get in and try and implement some of those tips and tricks. So starting off with a couple of countries, Australia, strong for Meghan. We have it there. Yesterday it was at number 5. Today it's at number 8. We have more numbers for Austria. It was totally in the top 10, sitting at number 9 for 2 days. And then now it's solidly at number 10. Let's scroll a bit down. We also have it here with the country of Canada showing up strong. It was sitting in top 5 for 2 days, and then now it's at number 7. So what a strong start for them as well. We also have pretty cool numbers here. Estonia, pretty much kind of the same. Number 5 went to number 6 and is still in top 10 at number 7. So let's just, you can scroll down. I will pause all of this for you on screen. Be sure to check out your country and see how it's doing if it's registered here. Of course, this website does not list all of the countries, so some of you may not have your numbers here. But in the UK, where Meghan is just always in the press, she was sitting at number 8, went up to number 7, and is now at number 8. Look at that, solidly in the top 10. South Africa, my gosh, you guys love Meghan. She was in the top 10 at number 9 and then went to number 7 and is now at number 8. So it seems that you fun time watching the show. So those are some numbers. Let's have some more from Europe. We can see in Romania, she has sat solidly at number 8 for the past 3 days. The same with Slovakia. And yeah, Meghan is just doing so fantastically there as well. And then in Lithuania, number 7. And then for 2 days, her show has been in 6th position. So yes, the love is real. A lot of you truly did tune in. And I'm guessing, as I mentioned before, as the holiday season just gets closer and closer to Christmas, a lot of you will just want to rewatch the show with your family and friends. It was so festive, truly put me in the mood. Even UAE showing up here. She was in the top 10 at number 8. And now she's at number 8. So I want Meghan to rejoice. Her show is well received, despite all of the noise that some of the press do say about Meghan and Harry and talking about whether they're received well in the entertainment industry. The numbers will never lie. And of course, let's also go over to the Asian side of the map. Look at Sri Lanka's numbers for the Duchess. Starting off with the show coming in at number 10 and went to number 7 and is now at number 8. Wowzers, look at that. She truly is a global force. Everyone is watching her and it is just cool to see that. So Sri Lanka, Meghan has a huge fan base there. Now you can imagine if As Ever, which I'm going to touch on in the next portion of this upload, if As Ever had a global shipping option. Oh, come on. So anyway, because Switzerland is right below them on this chart, let's go back to Europe and see the numbers there. Look at that, solid 8, and then the next 2 days, her show was at number 9. Trinidad and Tobago coming in strong for the Duchess. Look at those numbers. Number 7 for 2 consecutive days, and now the show is at number 8. Love that for you. And we also, let's look at this Lebanon as well, because they are showing up here on this chart. The show came in at number 10 and went up to number 9. So you can see I'm just going all over the map. I'm not singling out anything to get any kinds of numbers because they're all pretty good. So happy for Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, to see this love all over the world for her show. Look at Mauritius as well. Let's just go back here and see the show came in at number 10 and then went up to number 7 for the next 2 consecutive days. So the love is real. Also New Zealand, just because they're right there. The show came in at number 7 and is now currently at number 8. So wow. This is good numbers. I mean, anyone watching this for a lifestyle show, the numbers are speaking for themselves, showing everyone is giving this show a thumbs up. For it to be in the top 10 is wonderful. So if your country is not yet appearing here, don't worry. Probably by the end of next week, we will have more numbers to look over and we will possibly have a lot more countries. I was looking for Italy on this, but they're not there yet. And of course, more countries will be showing up. So mostly these websites, they have more of the data coming in at a weekly block. So we will have more information. And then at the end of the month, we will have a proper overview. But as it is, the love is real. One show, one episode, I think was about 56 minutes in top 10. I feel like this show should have been like the Christmas special. In fact, should have been, I think, like 4 episodes. But you know what? I think Netflix is looking at the numbers and will be looking forward to having more with her centered around holiday seasons. I think that would be fantastic because the reception is tremendous. So congratulations once again. Meghan keeps winning. And I hope that her and the team are encouraged, as well as the family, as they get this news that the show was so well loved. So once again, congratulations, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, for another top 10 hit with her latest installment of With Love, Meghan Holiday Celebration. Congratulations to the Duchess of Sussex. And that's not all. She just keeps on winning. We have one more win here to discuss as well. So let's change to the next story of the day, where we're going to talk about As Ever. It has been quite a week for the Duchess. You know, her latest Netflix special with Love Meghan holiday celebration debuted, spotlighting her family's celebrations and traditions in Montecito. Prince Harry joined her, and then we had that fantastic new offering from her brand, As Ever, with the chocolates. And what an interesting read it was from you in the comment section, talking about purchasing your goods. And what a major boost to the Duchess. So encouraging to see you all showing up for her, standing up strong, as she had that sell out almost immediately on the website. We covered that. And, you know, the fact that you've just shown such dedication to her brand. Can you imagine those chocolates? I'm telling you, they sold out in less than an hour. It could have been about 40 minutes as well. And there was so little promotion prior to release. Remember, there was the Instagram reel, I think it was, and one post on As Ever, and then the letter. And then that's it. And the goods still sold out. So a lot of you were saying you did not even know. So remember, there is the mail-in list from As Ever on their website. Kindly, I would encourage you all, add your names to that mailing list, because they always send emails with every drop. And to hear a lot of you saying you did not even know, I was actually a bit stunned to hear that. The brand launched the As Ever chocolate bars, and they were inspired by some of the most popular As Ever products. One white, one milk, and one dark chocolate. They were exclusive and limited edition and sold out in record time. So it was interesting to see that Meghan now is moving into celebrity branded collaborations. The partnership between As Ever and Comparte spotlights the growing trend of her brand moving towards more established partners. So I wanted to let you know, though the goods sold out rapidly, the fact that she's partnered with Comparte's Chocolate, which is a well-established gourmet chocolatier based in Los Angeles, I'm telling you, and I want to say this, be sure that the turnaround will be very quick. They have been in business for decades. So, you know, they're not new to this. They are true to this, so to say. So for those of you who wanted to taste this limited edition bar, I can just say with complete assurance that with that level of demand, they are already looking at the restock. Of course, it's hard for Meghan to understand, you know, anything on the back end because everything moves so fast. But one thing they do know for sure from the metrics is that there is a market for chocolates. Now, the international audience, oh my gosh, the comment section. A lot of you were saying that you need now, Meghan, to focus on UK, on places in Europe and Africa and Asia, because people have rejoiced for people in the US for too long, and now this brand needs to just spread out, do more. And I think As Ever really need to listen to the ground. As you know, people say, word on the street is that people are now, they want the goods overseas, so they need to expand faster. That is a whole market that Meghan is not tapping into. And I know she's partnered with Netflix, and now that Netflix are in this huge bid to take over WB, that's Warner Brothers, the marketing division of As Ever need to think about this whole market here that is global, that is saying we want to taste these chocolates, but having them shipped to where people are is so tricky. So I did try to give a couple of tips. Some people have friends in the US who can purchase it for them and then ship it to them, but also that's tricky because the brand sometimes does have a cap. So what people are doing, they're enlisting family members. Now that's another thing that people are doing. So I think that this latest offering by Meghan is such a win. You know, who doesn't love chocolate, right? Everyone wants something that is bespoke. You can see how it's wrapped. It's gorgeous, you know, the packaging of it. Everything is just so quaint, so Meghan, so Montecito. So people want to have a piece of this, and the brand keeps on expanding. But we're hoping that they will also restock, and then people in the US and all over the world can take part in buying these products. Everyone knows once in a while they've used like Amazon to ship things overseas and stuff like that. So it's a real big chance for Meghan to expand, even now as she's partnering with these more established companies to move more product. And we know that she already knows Jeff Bezos. I think Harry knows him and Meghan does as well. So, you know what? I think Netflix can do something where it's three people who come together and move these goods overseas. So, rapid sellout, congratulations, Meghan, and also let them know that this is highlighting the increasing consumer demand for her exclusive goods. And of course, they're so quality. So for those of you who got your goods, once again, share in the comment section what you got. We've already been rejoicing at all of you who got your hands on all three. And for those of you who did not even know that the launch was on, I will encourage you all add your email to the mailing list and you will never miss a new drop. And also here, I do update whenever I see like something new is dropping. I do tend to say, okay, I saw this post. So also have your notifications on here. So once again, congratulations to Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, in her collaboration between As Ever and Comparte, joining the luxury confectionery market of chocolates. And now, before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially and shout out a couple of you here by name. A very special thank you to you, Martha Jones. Thank you for your constant love and support that you have shown through PayPal. You are a delight. Thank you for being you, for being a blessing to me and to this community, enriching us with your love. Your endless kindness has meant more than words could say. Thank you for being a tremendous boost, and I truly love you. I hold you so dear. Thank you for shining your light. May God bless you and yours. Thank you. Very special thank you to you, Lynn E. I appreciate you for every way that you show support for this community. Thank you for the positivity and kindness. And truly, there are not enough words to convey just how much you mean to me. I thank you for unconditional love and support that you have shown. I love you. God bless you and yours. Thank you. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially, to those who like, comment, and share. I appreciate you all. If you liked this update, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, follow on social media. Links will be in the cards and in the pinned comment. Have a great day and keep it here for more. And I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.